So, we're sitting here with a pile of stuff in this video, and as some of you may or may not know if you've seen my videos, we moved. It wasn't really by choice, but we did get the bonus of getting a new place that has a decent shed. That has no power, hence the extension lead running across the yard here. So we're going to fix that, probably with that pile of stuff. But we nearly doubled our rent too, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to have to make some money somehow. Let's go and see what we can do with this. Alright, now because this place is a rental, we're restricted on what we can attach and where. And there's two existing bolts over there that very just exactly line up with a J-pole that I have. And conveniently, there's already an I-bolt up there. So I don't need to put one up there. That's nifty. Alright, and just like that, we have a J-pole on the other side, and 10 times zoom since the update does funky things. Anyway, so that's on bolts that were already there, so we can't be accused of drilling new holes. I think it had a J-pole once before. Alright, so I'm ready to string the catenary wire, and my roll of catenary wire is in here somewhere. No idea where it is. This is going to be a spanner in the works. I could have to wait till tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Alright, back again. Flagstaff's the cheapest. Guess that'll do. Alright, we are back, and contrary to popular belief... Oh, Magpie was eating food. Contrary to popular belief, though, being a YouTuber doesn't make you rich. So that was the last of my money. We'll see if we can get this wire up. Alright, and just like that, we have a catenary wire. And I've calculated it should be well above the height of this 6-wheel drive, which fits out under that roller door. So even if we have to move into this part of the yard, we should still miss the wire. Now, to place this somewhere losable with all the other losable things that are in the corner that should be where all my tools are. Anyway, we've got a little bit to work out in here. It will be nice to get power here instead of just having this little light out here. And some data. I can finally set up the laser cutter. I can set up the workshop PCs. I can set up some cameras. We've got a bolt gun safe down. We've got a whole bunch of stuff we've got to do. Now, before you say it, I could use actual proper catenary wire and cable and stuff, but I'm poor, guys. I got to make things work on a budget. Now, we have this extension lead. Obviously, we're going to chop a plug off this and refit one. I am certified to do test and tag, so I can make sure it's safe. And I have a qualified electrician friend who's going to come and sign off on it and see if he thinks I've done it right. If he doesn't agree with it, we're going to be up for more money. Anyway, we're going to try and get that through here and something else. Now, because a lot of people argue about the idea of running Cat 6 or Cat 5 even through the same conduit as mains lead, we're going to run multi-mode fibre. This is a piece I've used before. I did try and cover the ends up before we pulled it out from under the house, which is where it was. But we're going to try and pull this through first, which means we need to measure out our length of conduit and then probably use more of that wire to thread through here to make a leader wire. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We need to measure out how much of that stuff we're going to need. Now, among many jobs I've had is working with an electrician. In fact, several. My very first bit of work experience was with an electrician. I learnt that instead of taking all this shrink wrap off, you poke your knife in, you just cut the straps here, then you can pull it out of the center and most of it stays tied up. That's the other thing. There's trains over the back here. When we have data, we'll be able to watch trains. Now, this is like trying to handle a hormonal octopus, so we're going to make sure that stays in that position. Now, we live in Australia, and any normal Australian day, you'd lay this stuff out in the hot sun till it's softened, pull it straight, and it would stay that way. But we live in the southern part of the country, and currently it's snowing in the mountains, so this stuff is gonna, no matter what you do, curl up like that. So I've got plenty of excess on both ends, because once we run the cable, it's going to be a little difficult to trim it. So yeah, we're going to have to find a way to keep it nice and straight and put a leader through it somehow. Alright, I've worked out where I can run it, and this is probably a little bit more than we need. and I have to let this go in order to go and figure out the measurement. So let's do this. Well, it could have been worse. Now, I've had a thought. Given the trouble it would be to rethread this cable, I'm going to use a brand new roll of the fibre for this section, and I'll use a fibre joiner for the second bit. Hopefully, we can lead this where it needs to be. Alright, we've got this zip tied to the bull bar. Hopefully we can zip tie it to something else out there, and we get a straight shot through. Alright, we've got the other end zip tied to the trailer, which means we've got a nice straight run. That means getting things down the conduit's easier. Now I've got to figure out exactly how to do that. I don't have my compressor because it normally runs in here and off the power that we're trying to run, so I can't like shoot a cotton bud and fishing line through with an air compressor. I do have a leaf blower, but how to get air down here while we're feeding string into it's another question. I could use lock wire, but that's a little bit unruly for that length. This is the bit I didn't really think through. And yes, the bit that I am slightly nervous about up here is also the amount of leverage that will probably end up on that pole and what it will do to the fascia. We're going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it, but I could conceivably run another wire off the top of that to reinforce it off something else. Don't quite know how or where, and this could be difficult with this rental. Alright, for first attempt, what I think I'm going to do is take a piece of rag here, stuff it in there, attach some good strong kite string, and I'll unreel enough kite string roughly to the length of it, and then bundle it all up in the front of the leaf blower and let it push it through, and hope that works. Alright, addendum, not enough kite string, as I must have robbed it for something else in the past. Plan E, I guess, is what we're up to or something now. Alright, we found another roll of stuff. This might work. See if we can get this in. Alright, so I figure I'm going to try a little bit at a time rather than the whole length. So let's bundle a bit of this up gently into the end of the pipe, and we'll see if we can blow it through, and then if it goes through, then we add a little bit more. Give it maximum fastness. Could probably use a vacuum cleaner at the other end. Well, that looks like that worked really well. That's taken a lot of line up. So we'll be back and we'll see if it works. Alright, looking at this, the vacuum cleaner trick on the other end worked. We just got to pull a lot more through. We got it. Well, holy crap, that worked. Alright, now I've got to put my cables through. Alright, we've got our slack rolled down the driveway, and we've got our ends taped. Bit of extra slack here, because this is much longer than the extension lead. Actually, I should check the mailbox. I think there's a fibre joiner as well. Right, let's check mailbox. Multi-mode fibre connectors. There you go. Anyway, this is going to have to be slightly ahead of that because they won't fit right next to each other in the cable. And that's why I went with 32mm stuff instead of something slightly smaller. And also because running 2 lengths of conduit adds weight, adds expense. It wasn't going to work out any better. Okay, so she's tied up, ready to go. Nice little leader here, so it leads it over the corrugations. Hopefully this fits in the pipe. Alright, see how she goes. We'll feel it probably come in. Yep, she's in. Alright, it feels like it's going in fairly smoothly. That's good. I'm doing this barehanded, and I'm getting a phone call. He can bloody wait. Alright. Bloke that wants to go camping with me all the time calls me. He does film work for me sometimes. Now, I've pulled quite a bit through. I need to go check the other end. Alright, we can't be too far off, and we're not too far off from sun setting. I think the sun's just off the horizon there about 2 fingers, so we've got about 20 minutes. So let's get cracking. It's going to be pretty bloody close. I'm watching down the other end to see if it moves. Are we nearly there? Oh, come on. There we go. We're through. Ah, we have fibre. Okay. Alright, so it turns out we've got a lot of excess on here than I thought I'd have. We can work with that, fortunately. But it is almost dark, so I'm going to try and zip tie some of this up. And I've realised I'm probably going to have to move the trailer with the A-frame under here to get to the top of that stuff. But we'll work this out. Okay, it's getting dark. It's probably time to get off the ladder, but she holds. We're going to find out, hopefully, by morning, if this pole holds out or if it's going to cause damage. I really do need to add a bit of extra tension to that from somewhere off the top. I'm not sure where we're going to get that anchorage. I can't go under the tiles. I probably don't want to go around the chimneys. I may end up having to find a different way. Alright, I did hear a little bit of cracking, and I noticed there's a split here that either was already here or wasn't, I didn't know. So I moved everything down to the bottom, and it's just a lateral pull now instead of trying to lever the whole thing off. And we're just going to work with the height the best it is. We'll drop this cable down probably in the morning and take the horizontal load off it. Alright, hanging the measuring tape off the new lower position. Yes, it will clear the 6B. Not that I plan to put it in the backyard very often. And all that load is off the top of the pole, it's off the bottom. So that might get replaced with a hook or something. But anyway, I feel safer leaving that overnight.
The next morning.
Alright, so it's the next morning. The weather turned to crap. I spent all morning racing the clouds, putting zip ties up and tucking it under the roof of the shed. It fits under the roller door nicely. I also fixed some of the tangles of the roller door, but let's get wet, go out to the shed, I'll show you some progress. It's going to be horrible audio in here because it's a tin shed, but we're loosely connected up the top here. We will sort all that out properly later. We just wanted to make sure we actually had a fibre link. So let's go down here. We have 10 gigabit link, although the link on the other end of this back to the internet's only going to be gigabit. We will get some more fibre later. For now, we want to get a wireless access point happening here and see if we can get internet out here. Right, so jumping forward half a day, been pissing down rain. I discovered that this end of the shed, all the rain blows in under there. So I'm going to have to do something about that at some point. I don't think the gun safe's going to get bolted down there. We have PC here, so it's no longer on that rack anymore. Our connection's in here. I found some of my link problems was actually the SFP port. So we're up, we're running, we've got our mini PC to do main stuff. We've got the other PC for the laser. Our network switch is in here. We've got our Wi-Fi access point. It's working, so we have Wi-Fi in the shed. I've got to hook up some audio. The camera that I've got for that stuff is a little weird. I've got to fix that. But I think we're doing okay. I've got a bunch of stuff to put back on shelves. But yes, I think we're done. We have power and internet in the shed. As for everything else, that's going to take some time. But hopefully we'll see you again in another one, and we'll go from there.